Hi there, I want to have a go at making something, if not exactly the same as this, similar to this image. I made this a while ago, but I thought of a different way of going about creating it. I'm going to start off by making a brush, and to do that I want to just kind of trace one of these trees. I'm wondering if I use the object selection tool, whether we can just select a single red tree. It might not work, but we shall see together. No, but it didn't work. So let's, yeah, that's not working. Right, let's go with the quick selection tool. And I just want to go up one of these red trees. And that's not really working well either. Right, let's go with plan C, and we'll just use, should we use the polygonal lasso tool? See how we get on, and just kind of click around this, because they have a kind of nice feel, like they've been, maybe just cut out of paper a little bit, which I quite like. I'm thinking I'm just going to go kind of downwards like that on the bottom of the trees. Doesn't need to be too accurate. I'm just left clicking. Go to the top. That's about there. Just click a few times around here. Could probably also do this with a pen tool. Have we got a subtract from selection button up here? Yeah, subtract from selection up at the top. Now this will let me hopefully select these inside shapes of these trees. Just joining up my selections. Taking a while, clicking around. Exciting viewing, I know. Another option on how to start making these would be to actually take a piece of paper. I'm going to put that little triangle in there too, just to give it some interest. Would be to take a piece of actual paper. Let's make a new layer. Turn off these back two layers. Yeah, make a piece of actual paper. Let's use the paint pot tool to fill it in. Just kind of tree-ish. And cut it out, and then just scan it into the computer. So then you just freehand it out that way. And a piece of paper being like black or whatever would give you a much cleaner job. I'm going to make this a lot smaller, I think, because this document is like 7,000 pixels, which is insane. So let's just make it 800. This might take a second because it's a gigantic image I made. There we go. That's fine. View fit on screen. Still looks more or less the same. Right, I'm going to make a new. I'm going to define this as a brush first. So I'm going to go to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and we're going to call it Tree 1, and OK. And there we've got our tree brush. So I'm going to make myself a new document now and decide how big it's going to be. So I'm going to go for print and A4 and landscape, create. Let's just make my brush a bit bigger. We'll make ourselves a new layer. Let's turn this one back on as a reference. Can you see we've got kind of foreground trees here in red. There's 1, 2, 3 red trees. I'm going to go in with those first. I'm not overly concerned about colour initially, because if I just go 1, 2, 3, we can just drop them in. Now with that layer selected, I can probably, just thinking here, Magic Wand tool should allow me to select all these trees because they're all black and I've got a low tolerance, which has now created me a selection. So now I can pick a brush. I'm going to use the cubicle. Yeah, cubicle. We used them earlier in the course for I forget what colour are we on. Again, they're kind of a reddish colour. I'm just going to look through these palettes and decide which palette I'm going to use. I'm going to use this dark one, and I'm going to go in with purple and just start brushing in on top of these. Just a bit like that. Brushing in, and then hit Control D to deselect. Now I'm going to make a new layer, but I'm going to put it underneath the first lot of trees. I'm going to find my tree layer again. Let's have a look. See, the next trees, they've got a bit more tops on them, haven't they, than my first row. We can fix that. We can go in something like that, and just let's make them black again. Kind of just go in all the way across, and we're just going to overlap them a little bit here and there. Ooh, looks like a wide tree. Something like that. Now what I want to do is just change over to an ordinary hard edge brush. General brush is hard round. Oops. Scale it down and just kind of fill in some of the bottom bit. I'm going to leave a little crack or two there and just kind of fill in the top of here like that, which gives us a good colour. Then I'm going to click on my Magic Wand brush, which should select all of that again. It's kind of a lighter colour there, isn't it? More of a sort of fawn colour. I'm going to use this greeny colour and pick up my cubicle brush again, which was cubicle brush. Oops. Did I pick up cubicle? Yes, I did. And then I'm going to go and start painting in this layer. Might be a bit light, but we can deal with it later. I do Control D to deselect. What I want to do is click on my original layer, get my eyedropper tool, pick up some of this purple, and just going to get onto the hard round general brush again. Oops. And I just want to do a bit of that just to give ourselves a foreground layer. Don't like that. Don't like it. I want to do it with the cubicle brush again, which is up here. Cubicle, and yeah, just. So what I'm trying to do is kind of build it up in layers, a bit like a stage set. Do you know they have like a layered textural approach to these kind of things. Let's just go back. Yeah. Right, there is a darker kind of smaller layer at the back. So let's make a new layer. Drag it so it's above the background. But at the bottom of the stack. Let's pick my tree brush again. And we shall... Oops, I've not got it set to black. Set it to black. And we're going to go in just here and there and put in another layer. Maybe that's fine. And again, let's just turn these off so we can see what we're doing. I'm using my magic wand tool to select all these, and then my cubicle brush and a what colour have they gone for this? It's a little bit, maybe a little lighter still, isn't it? I'm going to use that. I'm going to use one of these. Doesn't really matter. And got my brush tool, and I'm going to select cubicle. There you go. And just start painting in these. Kind of helps actually if you miss a bit. They don't need to be too solid and dark. Right, I'm gonna Control D to deselect my selection, and I'm just gonna kind of infill here and there, just along these kind of areas. Let's turn the other two letters and see how we're doing. I think we're kind of gaining on that. Right, let's have a go at the background. It's just got kind of green. It does have some kind of shapes in there too. Maybe we can think about those. But let's click on the background and create a layer above it. This is going to be our background colour. And yeah, it's kind of green, isn't it? So if we go a lightish green like that, and we get the cubicle brush and just start infilling that a bit. I might go a little darker. There you go. Where's my colour picker? Yeah, it's going a bit darker down the bottom. I might even go a bit of a blue, so it's got a little bit of sky up here. Oh, that's not picked blue, has it? That's better. Ooh, bit opaque, a bit more opaque. Let's turn the opacity down. There we go. How are we doing with that? Right, I'll stop there because otherwise we could go on for 3 hours on this, and I just want to kind of give you a hint of what we're doing. Something I might want to do is sound this layer, which is that layer. If I get on dodge and burn, where's dodge and burn? Dodge, burn, little hand shape icon. What burn does is it darkens parts of the existing colour, just to give ourselves a bit more contrast in there. In olden days, I'm going to do a bit on the lighter layer as well, just here and there, just to make it a shade more interesting. Yeah, they used to hold a cigarette lighter under a photograph to add contrast here and there. Do a little bit on the background too. There we go. Happy with that? We shall leave it there. Thank you for watching.